What up, YouTube family? It's your Real Deal one, RealDealSpillTV. I come to you with another video on some Real Deal Spill shit. But before we start, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to know when I drop new content if you rocking with the content that I produce. Now that you subscribe to the channel, let's get straight to it. So Kyrie Irving, which if you don't know who Kyrie Irving is, he's an NBA pro basketball player that currently plays for the Brooklyn Nets. He's in hot water by the Brooklyn Nets owner and the whole NBA universe for posting a video on Twitter that's titled, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. The documentary on Amazon is a 2018 film that uncovers the true identity of the children of Israel. The documentary adds that viewers will find out what Islam, Judaism, and Christianity has been covering up for centuries in regards to the true biblical identity of the so-called Negro, and that this movie is packed with a ton of research. Since Kyrie Irving posted the video, he has been called and accused of being an anti-Semitic, saying that Kyrie Irving promotes hate speech. Kyrie Irving tries to explain his reason on why he posted the video on Twitter in an interview Kyrie Irving had after the Nets lost to the Indiana Pacers. If you haven't seen that interview, then you in luck, because I'm about to play it for you.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it. So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so we're
in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right? I don't hear uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive. And it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not gonna stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only gonna get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I'm just there to post, and it's funny, and it's actually hilarious because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put
promoting.
it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
It's not
you put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is
Great.
not
So let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can
what,
post whatever I want. So
can post
say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's
Nothing.
not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people that
what
you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
anybody
Do
is
you
going
guys
to
have
look
any more
at
questions
it,
for
and
me?
they're going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a
anti-Semitic
clip.
beliefs?
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, it's another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
Now that you saw the interview, let me know down in the comments what you think on what Kyrie Irving said in his interview. The Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai shares his thoughts on Kyrie Irving's post on Twitter and says, "I'm disappointed that Kyrie appears to support a film based on a book full of anti-Semitic disinformation. I want to sit down and make sure he understands this is hurtful to all of us. And as a man of faith, it is wrong to promote hate based on race, ethnicity, or religion." But what's so crazy to me is that the owner of the Nets, Joe Tsai, is not even Jewish. He's an Asian Canadian. I don't understand how an Asian Canadian can accuse someone of being anti-Semitic if they haven't even come from either groups of people, the Greek Jews and the African Jews, or as Old America and New America call them, Negroes or niggas. And I also wonder if Joe Tsai even watched the whole documentary or even a little bit of it. Have I watched the documentary? No, but I have seen clips and previews of it. All I can say is the documentary does have unfortunate research and facts in it. Now, Kyrie Irving posted on Twitter a little after Joe Tsai and says, "I am an omnist, and I meant no disrespect to anyone's religious beliefs. The anti-Semitic label that is being pushed on me is not justified and does not reflect the reality or truth I live in every day. I embrace and want to learn from all walks of life and religions. Hela." But Kyrie did make a big donation to the anti-hate organizations and said he opposes hatred and oppression. But I think that wasn't enough for the NBA commissioner. The NBA commissioner Adam Silver, which is Jewish, released a statement recently saying, Kyrie Irving made a reckless decision to post a link to a film containing deeply offensive anti-Semitic material, Silver said in a statement. While we appreciate the fact that he agreed to work with the Brooklyn Nets and the Anti-Defamation League to combat anti-Semitism and other forms of discrimination, I am disappointed that he has not offered an unqualified apology and more specifically denounced the vile and harmful content contained in the film he chose to publicize. I will be meeting with Kyrie in person in the next week to discuss this situation. Now, I'm going to assume that Kyrie Irving's reply to Adam Silver's statement was stated in this interview Kyrie Irving had shortly after Adam Silver's statement went public. Here is the video of the interview I'm talking about.
Are you sorry for the hurt that your post caused people?
I take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, in the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So I take my responsibility.
It seems like Adam Silver wanted to hear the words, I apologize, or in your mind you said I didn't mean to cause any harm. Were you apologizing or you not apologizing?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your morals?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people?
Surprised that I did hurt people?
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community. And I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create. And it was something I shared. And I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility. Then that's where I sit. So, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. So I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with generations of time. I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day, and you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return, figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things, because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic, and doesn't mean that I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in it. So it's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I could stand on the truth, because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be, looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, that I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I study. I know the Oxford Dictionary, you look it up, right? Just one of the biggest mistakes I had in being a kid was not knowing European or Western language until I started looking it up and understanding the definitions and why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in a book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from. Like a tree with roots.
Kyrie, the documentary listed among falsehoods. It said the Holocaust didn't happen. Do you believe the Holocaust
those falsehoods
happened?
are unfortunate. And it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that. Never, ever have said it. It's not come out of my mouth. I never tweeted it. I never liked anything like it. So the Holocaust in itself is an event that means something to a large group of people that suffered something that could have been avoided. No one said we had to practice racism. No one said.
Now that was just some of the interview. You can go on SportsCenter YouTube to find the video and you can watch the whole interview yourself. But moments after that, the Brooklyn Nets suspended Kyrie Irving for at least the next 5 games until he satisfies a series of objective measures that address the harmful but true, let's not forget true, impact of his conduct. Basically until he apologizes, basically. But they calling it failure to disavow anti-Semitism. Now when it comes to history and science, we all can agree based on history and science that African people, black people, was the first people on this earth in this world. Now that we can agree on that, how come it don't make sense that black people could be the original Hebrews or Jews? That's not being anti-Semitic if it's the truth behind it. Now with that being said, I'm going to show you some clips of a debate between 2 very intelligent guys about the history of Judaism and African Egyptians. The 2 guys are a young Pharaoh and a Jewish rabbi named Daniel. I just want to play certain parts of the debate that states valid points. Shout out to the young Pharaoh dude and Mr. Daniel for a great intellectual debate. Young Pharaoh will be the guy on the left and Mr. Daniel is the guy on the right. The link to the whole debate will be in the description of this video if you want to watch the full debate. But here's one of the clips I want to show you.
I'll get to it. I won't get there yet. I'll get to it. Let me go down the thing. Once again, being the original inhabitants of Israel, right? Even if we don't agree on anything we're talking about, we can agree that black people were here first. Which means if anybody is native to Israel, it will be us. And we're not even claiming it. So we don't know how you claiming it. And we was here before you. But the thing is this. If you are from Israel, why can you not naturally live over there? That's like me saying I'm from Atlantis. I can't breathe under the damn water. So I can't ever factually say I'm from Atlantis. You cannot live under this sun. If you go to Skin Kent, and let me pull it up because I don't want nobody to think I'm lying. Because I say stuff and then people say, oh, Pharaoh, you speaking out of, I'm not speaking out of hate. I'm speaking out of facts. So let me pull up the stats right here. Boom.
Okay, now let me know down in the comments what you think about what young Pharaoh said in the clip. Is he stating facts? Is what he's saying anti-Semitic? Is what he's saying hate speech? All right, now here's another clip I'm gonna play out of the debate that had valid points. Here, watch this.
Moving on, right? We want to talk about the origins of anti-Semitism. Now, I'm gonna play a video of a Jew saying that they use anti-Semitism in order to defend themselves in a deceitful way. Because once again, I have to play it because when I'm speaking on this particular community who is on this platform, which is owned by Jews, they take videos down because of anti-Semitism. So I like to play proof behind what I'm saying. So hopefully this establishment, social media, Jews don't flag my channel for saying some real shit. Now let me admitting that they use anti-Semitism as a trick. Okay, now here we go. Let's bang the video out. Bang.
Often when there is dissent expressed in the United States against policies of the Israeli government, people here are called anti-Semitic. What is your response to that as an Israeli Jew?
Well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring out the Holocaust. When in this country people are criticizing Israel, then there are anti-Semitic. And the organization is strong and has a lot of money, and the ties between Israel and the American Jewish establishment are very strong.
Pause, you heard that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the ties between the Israeli and American establishment is very strong. But outside of that, she said whenever somebody criticizes the Jews, they bring out anti-Semitism and the Holocaust as a trick. So let me let this play. It's like 30 more seconds.
And they're strong in this country. As you know, they have power, which is okay. They're talented people and they have power, money, and media and other things. And their attitude is Israel, my country, right or wrong. They identify fiction. And they are not ready to hear criticism. And it's very easy to blame people who criticize certain acts of the Israeli government.
Okay, pause. So that's what I needed to hear. That they're not ready to hear criticism, and that they bring up the Holocaust, and that they bring up anti-Semitism as a trick to dance around criticism. And since we're talking about the Holocaust, I have to just say this honestly. I'm not gonna say I don't care, but the Holocaust is being inflated. Black people have been murdered and genocided 50,000 times worse than what happened to y'all. And we are still I'm not done. Okay, let me give you the numbers. Arabs killed 40 million Africans. And that was just during the Arab slave trade. Then the Arabs educated Caucasoids on how to do it. Caucasians have killed over 100 million Indians alone, let alone Africans. So Arabs killed 40 million Africans. Arabs educated Caucasians how to do it. Caucasians, aka Spaniards, which are white people who speak Spanish because Spanish was created in Italy, came and then they killed 20 million Africans. And then the Dutch came and they killed 40 million. And then the British came and they killed 30 million. Then the British came back in the 1900s underneath Leopold and killed 14 million Africans in the early 1900s. Then Mussolini with Hitler came behind him and killed 40 million. And then when the Pilgrims came over here, the Dutch, the French, and the Spaniards was already over here murdering people. But then the European Pilgrims came and they killed 100 million just off zoonotic diseases and bad hygiene. So if we were to add up the body count of black people in comparison with the Holocaust, I don't honestly want to hear that shit. You got more black people in jail today around the world than that can compete with amount of Jews that died during the Holocaust. So my main thing is, if and I'm not saying that the Holocaust was good, but what I'm saying is, y'all trying to do with y'all trying to use the Holocaust the same way that the LGBTQ is trying to use gay rights. Y'all are trying to put y'all plights out of order. Yes, you have a plight, but you got to respect rank and file. The Holocaust is not the number one historical horrible event. It's like number 2 or 3. What happened to us is horrible. And I'll tell you why. Even though your history is completely made the fuck up, you still got it. I got real history. I got real pyramids. I got real pharaohs. I got real ancestors that I don't even know about because it's still being hidden from me today. Why? Because the creators of the school curriculum in this country are Jews, and they lying to me about who I am. And that's a fact that the McGraw school curriculum, Robert Maxwell has ownership in that, and he's an Israeli spy Jew. And so my thing is, you guys are able to obtain your history, whether we agree with it or not. Ours is still being hidden from us to this very day. So the Holocaust is relevant, but it must take a back seat until black men, not gay, not trans, until black heterosexual men get justice.
Okay, now, after watching that clip, let me know in the comments what you think about young Pharaoh's statement. Was it anti-Semitic? Was it hate speech? Or is he just stating facts? Me personally, I feel like Black history goes back 1,000,000 years ago. Most of Black history has been destroyed and altered. So why is this so wrong or harmful that Black people study and research their history and then try to educate their own people? Why is that so wrong? Why does that have to be called anti-Semitic? Is it wrong to study and educate true science and history, even if it's harmful to someone? Feelings should never trump facts. I'm gonna say it again. Feelings should never trump facts. So let me know how you feel about this whole Kyrie situation in the comments. But that's all for the moment, family. I'ma just end it with this. Do your own research and studies to find the truth. And there's nothing wrong with finding and telling the truth. It's your real deal when checking out. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more content. Peace.
RealDealSpill. RealDealSpill. Real deal facts. RealDealSpill.